Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter number 4, Motion in a Plane. Chapter number 4, that is Motion in a Plane. In our previous lecture, we discussed about the motion in a straight line, and that is also called as a rectilinear motion. In rectilinear motion, basically what we do, we study about the motion in one dimension, and in one dimension there's only two possibility: either the object could be moved forward or the backward in a straight line. Okay, so that is what is called as a one dimensional motion. In this chapter we are going to learn about if object moves in two dimension. It means to say, what if object moves in a plane? In our previous lecture, we discussed about that what are the characteristics of an object if it is moving in a straight line. Either it could be right to left or it could be left to right. But in this lecture, we are going to upgrade the scenario and we are going to upgrade the surface from a straight line to a plane surface. So here we could easily see that this one is the first dimension and this one is the second dimension. So it is a two-dimensional motion. Okay, so motion in a plane is also called as a motion in two dimensions. Examples for this kind of motion, that is the carom board. When we play carom, then when we strike by the striker, then all the motion comes in two directions. Either it could be up or down or left or right. So this one is the one dimension and this one is the second dimension. So basically in carom we study about the motion in two dimension. That is the example for the two dimensional motion. Now in a plane we have to study few quantities. For example, we have to learn about the scalar quantities, we have to learn about the vector quantities, we have to learn about the tensor quantities. Basically tensor quantities are not in our syllabus. All the tensor quantities comes in a higher grades. So in class 11 basically we are going to learn about the scalar and the vector, and we will gonna see a brief introduction about the tensor quantity as well. So what is scalar quantity, what is vector quantity, and what is tensor quantity? There are three types of quantities: scalar, vector, and tensor. For example, if I ask you about your height, what will be the answer? The answer will become like 4 feet 6 inches, 5 feet 5 foot and 2 inches, something like this. What if I ask you about your weight? The answer will become like 70 kg, 50 kg, 42 kg, something like this. Okay, so by observing these quantities we can analyze that there is only and only magnitude. No any direction is associated with this kind of quantities like length, like mass, or like density. These are the quantities which does not carry any direction. They only and only have the magnitude. Okay, and except for that, let's talk about a few more quantities. That if I'm standing here at a place A, okay, and there is a complex right here. Now if I ask a person that what is the location of the complex, if I ask someone that what is the location of the complex, what is the location of complex. So what answer would come here? He would say that you have to move 100 meters right side, 100 meter in right direction, and then after reaching 100 meter in your right direction, turn to your left and move 200 meters and move 200 meter. You will gonna reach, move here left, you will gonna reach to the complex. तो उसका मतलब क्या हुआ? यहां पे हम एक चीज और समझ सकते हैं कि यहां पे मैग्नीट्यूड के साथ में डायरेक्शन भी एसोसिएटेड है, मैग्नीट्यूड के साथ में डायरेक्शन भी एसोसिएटेड है. So there are few quantities which can be easily described by only and only magnitude. No any direction is required, and there are few quantities in which we required the sense of direction. Okay, so these quantities in which we are required magnitude as well as the direction, these quantities are called as a vector quantity. These quantities are called as a vector quantity. And for example, force is a vector quantity. Electric field is also a vector quantity. Now, moving further ahead, let's see about the tensor quantity. So, two quantities we have already learned. The first one is a scalar quantity in which there is only and only magnitude. No any direction is associated with the scalar quantity. In vector quantity, with magnitude there is also direction sense is required. Okay. Now moving further ahead, tensor quantity. There are few quantities which do have magnitude as well as the direction. For example, stress, strain, and current. They do have magnitude and the direction. Current always moves from positive terminal to the negative terminal. So there is a particular specific direction of the current. But they are tensor quantity. Why? So to understand the difference between vector and the tensor, we have a concept that is called the addition of vector and addition of tensor quantity. Okay. So whenever we have to add two vectors, we are going to use law of triangular method or law of parallelogram method. We will gonna see about law of triangular method as well as the parallelogram method in our next lectures. But right now, just understand by the words that in vector addition, we are required to use the law of triangular method or law of parallelogram method to add the vectors. But in tensor quantity, they do have the magnitude as well as the direction, but they do not follow the law of triangular method or the parallelogram method. So that is the basic difference between the vector and the tensor quantity. This is the basic difference. Now, let's talk about vector in more detail. So the example for the tensor quantity are current, stress, and strain. Vector. First thing first, the quantity which contains the magnitude as well as the direction called as a vector quantity. And how do we represent the vector quantity? We represent vector quantity by taking an arrow, something like this. Okay, there is a line and a head arrow on the top or either one side of the line. So this length of the line defines the magnitude. This length of the line defines the magnitude and the head defines the direction. This is how we indicate a vector quantity. For example, this is a vector A, this is vector B, this is a vector C, this is a vector D. Okay, so these are the vectors. Now, to show the vector, what we do, basically we draw arrow. We draw small arrow from left to right on that quantity to show that it is a vector quantity. For example, if we talk about the force, we always write something like this to indicate that this quantity contains the magnitude as well as the direction. This quantity contains the magnitude as well as the direction. Is it clear to everyone? So to indicate the vectors, what we do, basically we do create a arrow on the top of the quantity to show that it is a vector quantity. Okay, बढ़े आगे चलिए. There are few types of vectors. There are few types of vectors. Let's talk about the types of vector. Types of vector. There are few types we are going to discuss. The first one is unit vector. The second one is equal vectors. Third one is opposite vectors. Fourth one is unequal vectors. Fourth one is unequal vectors. Fourth one is unequal vectors. So first one is unit vector. What is unit vector? When the vector contains magnitude as unity. Magnitude as unity. It means it has magnitude of 1 and it also contains the direction. It also contains the direction. So the vector which has magnitude 1 is called as a unit vector. तो जिस वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड 1 होता है वो वेक्टर कहलाता है हमारा यूनिट वेक्टर. ठीक है. सेकेंड वन इज इक्वल वेक्टर्स. देखिए यूनिट वेक्टर में हमने सिंगुलर वर्ड यूज किया है. यूनिट वेक्टर व्हाई? बिकॉज a single vector could be a unit vector, but equal vectors are required at least two vectors. Equal vectors are required at least two vectors. For example, if vector have same magnitude and same direction, if vector have same magnitude and same direction, then vector called as equal vectors. तो यहां पे हमारे A, B, C और D ऑल द फोर वेक्टर्स आर इक्वल वेक्टर्स. क्यों? क्योंकि इनकी देखिए मैग्नीट्यूड भी सेम है, मैग्नीट्यूड भी सेम है और इनकी डायरेक्शन भी सेम है. तो ये चारों की चारों वेक्टर्स क्या है अपने? इक्वल वेक्टर्स है. ये चारों की चारों वेक्टर्स है हमारे इक्वल वेक्टर. एक और एग्जांपल लेते हैं. मान लीजिए दो वेक्टर्स है हमारे पास, वेक्टर P, वेक्टर Q. सेम मैग्नीट्यूड है दोनों का, सेम डायरेक्शन है. दोनों वेक्टर्स क्या होंगे हमारे? इक्वल वेक्टर्स होंगे. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट वन इज अपोजिट वेक्टर्स. अपोजिट वेक्टर. अपोजिट वेक्टर्स में क्या होता है? देखिए अपोजिट वेक्टर्स वो वेक्टर्स होते हैं जिनमें मैग्नीट्यूड तो सेम होता है बट डायरेक्शन जो है वो अपोजिट होती है. मैग्नीट्यूड तो सेम होता है बट डायरेक्शन जो है वो अपोजिट होती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर हम यहां पे बात करें तो ये दोनों वेक्टर्स जो है इनका मैग्नीट्यूड सेम है बट अगर हम इसकी डायरेक्शन को चेंज कर दें तो ये वेक्टर्स हमारे इक्वल से बन जाएंगे अपोजिट वेक्टर्स. इक्वल से क्या बन जाएंगे? ये अपोजिट वेक्टर. सो द वेक्टर्स who have the same magnitude but opposite direction are called as opposite vectors. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. So the next one is the fourth one, unequal vectors. Unequal vectors are the vectors which do not have same magnitude as well as they do not have same direction. Both the magnitude and the direction are different. Vectors जिनका magnitude भी different हो और direction भी different हो. Magnitude भी different हो, direction भी different हो. तो यहां पे A, B, C और D चारों के चारों वेक्टर्स क्या है हमारे? अनइक्वल वेक्टर्स. सो these are the four basic types which are present in our syllabus. The first one is unit vector, the vector which has a magnitude equal to 1. Equal vectors वो वेक्टर्स जिनका मैग्नीट्यूड के साथ में डायरेक्शन भी सेम होती है. अपोजिट वेक्टर्स वो वेक्टर्स जिनका मैग्नीट्यूड सेम होता है बट डायरेक्शन जो है वो अपोजिट होती है. अनइक्वल वेक्टर्स वो वेक्टर्स जिनका मैग्नीट्यूड भी डिफरेंट होता है और डायरेक्शन भी डिफरेंट होती है. Okay, so this is what all about the types of vectors. चलिए नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है हमारा मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ वेक्टर बाय कांस्टेंट। क्या होगा जब हम एक वेक्टर में किसी कांस्टेंट से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे। फॉर एग्जांपल हमारे पास यहाँ पे मान लीजिए एक वेक्टर है ए वेक्टर है। अगर हमें इस वेक्टर को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है, 2 इज अ स्केलर क्वांटिटी, ठीक है। अगर हमें इस वेक्टर को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करना है तो क्या होगा। तो देखिए जब हम किसी वेक्टर को किसी कांस्टेंट से मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं तो उसकी डायरेक्शन जो है वो चेंज नहीं होती है, बट उसका जो मैग्नीट्यूड है वो उतने टाइम्स इंक्रीज हो जाता है। अगर हम 1 से ग्रेटर क्वांटिटी से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो मैग्नीट्यूड इंक्रीज होगा, और अगर हम 1 से लेसर क्वांटिटी से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो मैग्नीट्यूड डिक्रीज होगा। तो यहां पे अगर हम 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो इसका मैग्नीट्यूड जो है वो 2 टाइम्स हो जाएगा, इसका मैग्नीट्यूड जो है वो 2 टाइम्स हो जाएगा। क्लियर है। सो अगर मान लीजिए यहाँ पे हमें मल्टीप्लाई करना होता 1/2 से, ये वेक्टर ए है, अगर हमें मल्टीप्लाई करना होता ए को 1/2 से तो क्या होता हमारा, तो डायरेक्शन सेम होती लेकिन मैग्नीट्यूड जो है वो हाफ हो जाता। इसका मैग्नीट्यूड हाफ हो जाता, डायरेक्शन सेम रहती। मैग्नीट्यूड हाफ हो जाता, डायरेक्शन सेम रहती। तो ये था हमारा बेसिक अबाउट स्केलर, वेक्टर एंड टेंसर क्वांटिटी। We also discuss about the types of vector and multiplication of vector by constant. अगले लेक्चर में हम डिस्कस करेंगे एडिशन एंड सब्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ वेक्टर्स। ओके, इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट जस्ट पिंग मी ऑन द व्हाट्सएप।